no big intro today. We're on the same thing. Raiden just left, but we had people on just now and they all just left, which is actually pretty funny. But it is the same server. We are gonna actually beat the dragon in about an hour, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll record tomorrow, and you'll see the outcome of that. But what I wanted to talk about today is I think people nowadays lack creativity. I mean, you see it all the time. You see plagiarism. You see people using AI like 24/7, and AI just makes it worse. Like no one can even think for yourself. You're not learning if you're using AI. Like people aren't even learning anymore. Like how am I learning this way? Which is why I don't like to use AI. I very rarely use AI. I use AI sometimes when I'm stumped on something, and when it's only helping me. I don't use it for its words. I write all my schoolwork in my own words, and I never use it. I just do it to help me. And I do that because I want to know, like for the future and everything like that, how I can have creativity and how I can be creative. Because if you use AI, you're not learning anyway. But if you're using AI to learn, which is very doable, because you can take inspiration off it, then it's very easy to learn how you can write with your own words using AI. Because AI can be used as sort of a source because it rounds up like hundreds of sources from all over the internet for your certain topic, and you can sort of cite those sources. And a way you can do that is you can make yourself think like, hey, I'm learning this way, because in the way, at that point, you're not like abusing it and writing your own words, you're using it to help you learn. So over time, you'll need to use AI less and less because you know what you're doing now, which is why I think AI is abused for the wrong, which I think AI, the goal is to help, obviously it's to help people learn. But people just abuse it because they know like, hey, he can just write me my entire fucking essay. And that's not how you want to use AI. You want to use it to give you ideas for your essay and give you sources for your essay. But you want to actually write your own essay because then over time you'll learn from the AI. You'll learn like, hey, these are some bullet points I put in my last AI, which AI helped me with. But now I actually know that I include this on my own. So over time you learn like, hey, shit, I can do this on myself. And you're like, okay, now I know how to do this, right? I know how to get AI to help me with this. I know how to cite my own sources. I know how to write my own words. And AI just, I think, is, well, as I'm going back to the topic of the video, it just kind of kills creativity in the world nowadays. I never see people. I think it's gone to the fact where people can't really think for themselves anymore, which they can. I just see it so rarely. And it's pretty sad. If you think the exact same views as, like, let's say your favorite person, your favorite streamer, what's the point? It's healthy to have your own opinion. I don't think people have their own opinion as much anymore. I don't think they should as much as they should. So I think you should have your own opinion, right? Because it's just so important to have your own opinion. And it's like, why would I do that? Or why would I not be able to use, or why would I not have the ability to think for myself? Like, just think for yourself, right? And think for yourself because you need to. Like, it's not just a choice because over time you don't know what's going to happen to ChatGPT. It might not work. I mean, obviously AI is looking to be the future of the world, but we don't know that. We don't know that guaranteed. So you got to know how to think for yourself. You can't just have AI fucking write everything for you and do everything for you. You got to be able to think for yourself, which is what the world lacks nowadays. And it's not, this is even before AI. Because, like, before AI, as I said before, people just thought what their favorite person thought. So they never got to think for themselves. So, what's the point of even existing? The entire point of existing is so you can be a different person from everyone else, in my vision. You can be a different person. Like, what's the point of living life if you're just gonna be a clone of someone like 10 years ago? Like, live your own life. Live your own, have your own success, right? And you should have your own success because you should know, like, hey, I should live my life this way. And hey, I should live 9 buckets. I should live in a way like, I have no iron, I can't even do that. But I should live in a way where I know, like, how you can learn. You can learn from mistakes and you can learn from certain experiences. You can't just like control C, control V all the fucking time. Like, what's the point? You're not learning. So, like, in my eyes, if you're, as a human being, you should be able to think for your own. You should live a life completely different from everyone. That's what my vision is, and that's what I think you should do, right? Because, like, what's the point if you're just gonna copy someone or anything like that? What's the point? Because you're not living. You're not living in my eyes. Because, like, if you're just doing whatever someone else does, you're kind of just like a slave to your own life, right? So you should probably know, like, hey, I can do this my way, and hey, I can learn to be creative, which brings back to my actual topic of being creative. Because you learn from other people, you don't have to like copy their entire life because you learn from AI, other people, your favorite celebrities, something like that. Because I know people like celebrities. You learn from them and you learn to be creative from them. You get inspired by them. There's a difference between copying and not being creative than being inspired. And that's the big part of it, right? That's what I mean. Like, you can be inspired. The entire point I'm trying to get here is in order to be creative, you have to be inspired. And you have to be inspired and you're able to be inspired. It's not a bad thing to be inspired. It's a bad thing to not be creative. So you should be creative and you can use inspiration and your favorite people as inspiration to be creative. So ways you can be creative is obviously taking inspiration from other people. You can try different things. You can learn different passions. You can just explore your passions. Can I please get a sapling? You can explore your different passions. And you can explore different things, not just passions. Explore like anything, really. You can explore different passions. And you can just live your own life, because that's the entire point of life. Life is very precious and beautiful. You were gifted to it. You were gifted it. And you're gifted it for a reason. So you want to live your life to the fullest. Go outside more. I go outside pretty much every day. There's some days where I wish I went outside more, but I try to go outside way more than I should, which I think people should also do. Because going outside is a way to get creative. You look around you, look around your village, like, hey, I'm inspired by this. Your village, I mean your city. But you look around your city and you're like, hey, I'm inspired by this. So that's a way you can get inspired. I just want to help you guys get creative because I think with this generation, the way it's going, no one's going to be able to think for themselves anymore. And it's already going that way, even with like millennials and like, or Gen Z, because Gen Alpha is 2013, right? So I think Gen Z and Gen Alpha, I'm a bit worried because we need to know how to think for ourselves and be creative. But yeah, anyway, that's really all I had to talk about. And just, yeah, be creative. If this helped you, be sure to share, like, subscribe, share to anyone who needs help with. Comment how this helped you, and any video suggestions and anything you want me to talk about, I will probably talk about. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya.